Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena and today I'm going to be digging potatoes. I was out there watering and I noticed I had some popping up already out of the dirt. Look at this, this is the size of my head. Can you believe it? Yukon Gold and Huckleberry Gold is what we've planted this year. And I got those seed potatoes from Territorial Seed. Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't do much of a garden this year. Our house is for sale. If you didn't watch the first video I put out, which was months ago, and so I didn't want to invest too much in a garden if I wasn't here to benefit from it. So basically, my mom and I planted potatoes in two of the beds. One bed was from the seed potatoes from Territorial. The other bed that's doing surprisingly well, I can't wait to see how that turns out, are some potatoes that I had from Trader Joe's that went to seed. So I went ahead and planted them and they're doing amazing. I'll show them to you. And then I've had a couple of potatoes that have just popped up from last year. And we'll go from there. All right, so over here, these are all the potatoes that I got out of the Trader Joe's bag that had went to seed, and they're not ready yet to be dug up. They're definitely starting to show signs of dying off, but they're just not there yet. You don't want to pull up those potatoes until they have completely died off, kind of like these right here. These are the ones I'm going to be digging up. There are some plants that I'm not sure if they're quite ready yet. These ones on the front end are still pretty green. So I might just start back here where they've obviously laid down and pull those and see what they're looking like. Like this, the seed potatoes already, the original one is pulled up out of the bed. And my plan is, since today's July 12th, is I think since I'm located here in Oregon, I can't really get double crops very late. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put some turnip seeds in and some carrot seeds and see if I can get those to go ahead and pop up and get a crop of those before the first frost. Hopefully I won't be in this house before the first frost, but you never know. So, and then over here I have my tomato plants I planted. I did a, this one is, let's see, this one's a cherry tomato. Last year I did this whole thing in tomatoes. Last year I did this whole thing in just tomatoes and I ended up with 90 pounds. So it was quite a few tomatoes and I didn't want to overwhelm anyone with that if I didn't live here by the end of crop season to have to process those. And then this is just, I believe, I don't remember if I did aroma or, let's see here. So I did the early girl. That's what I ended up doing here. So, and then right over here we have a zucchini and it's starting to get all kinds of little baby zucchinis on there. Pretty soon I'll have more than I know what to do with, of course. Oh, there we go. Oh man, these are nice. These are going to be great. My plan is to can potatoes this year. I've never done it before, so in this video I'll be taking you through my first time. And then I also am going to make a fresh potato salad with these fresh garden potatoes. All right. The soil is just so rich and beautiful. I had peas that were planted along the sides here, so that's what I'm pulling up here, is just those roots from those peas. There's a seed potato for that one. Oh. All right, here is today's haul, just from those few plants. I mean, they were not producing huge amounts, but that wasn't my plan this year. I am going to go ahead and get these laid out on an old towel. I'm going to leave the dirt on them until I'm ready to peel them. I'm not concerned about letting them cure to where the skins get harder, because I'm going to be peeling these and canning these tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to be canning up those potatoes that I dug up. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and get them scrubbed really, really good. Get all this excess dirt off, and then I'm going to go ahead and get them peeled. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be soaking them in some water. And in that water, you don't have to do this, but excuse me, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and be putting in some citric acid. And this just helps with the browning. It says for directions is a half a teaspoon per quart. So I'm going to go ahead and get my quart jar, cold water going. Turn my water down a little bit. So we're just going to get these potatoes scrubbed up here real good, get the initial dirt off. Now I just dug these potatoes out of the ground a couple days ago, as you saw. So the skin hasn't completely thickened up yet. And so you're going to get some peeling with that good scrub, which is fine because we're going to be taking that peel off anyway. But you definitely just want to get that initial dirt off. We don't want dirt in the potato or dirt in our canning process, if at all possible. Beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna run over these potatoes, and any kind of blemishes I see or skin that I missed, I'm just gonna go ahead and skim that off with my paring knife. And then I'm going to want to chop these in about 1-inch size pieces. Kind of like that. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring you over here. The morning sun is shining through this morning, so it's messing with my lighting. Fill this pot of water, and we're going to be boiling these for about 2 minutes. Just to give them a little pre-cook before we hot pack them in the jars. I'm just going to do enough water to cover them and get them warmed up, and so we can get those going. I do have 4 quart jars clean and ready to go. And the recipe I'm following is out of the Ball book, the complete book of home preserving. So it suggests that we're going to pack hot potatoes into the hot jars, And then we're gonna put, for quart, we'll put 1 teaspoon of salt per quart. If it was a pint, we'd do the 1 or half a teaspoon, excuse me, per pint. And then we're gonna go ahead and ladle in hot water, boiling water to cover the potatoes. So salt is in and ready to go. All right, so my potatoes have been boiling now for over 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I turned off the burner. I'm gonna go ahead and get that drained. And then we'll start packing them in jars. Ladle these in as much as we can get into the jar. As I'm getting a potato facial. Oops. All right, so we want to keep a 1-inch headspace. So we'll go about there, and then we'll see what happens when we add the water. If we need to add a few more or not, once we debubble. I may have let these boil a little too long. They're kind of mushing up. But I think we're still okay. All right. Jar number 2. Jar number 3, and our final jar number 4, and I think it's going to be perfect. I just eyed that. All right, normally you could just use water on the tops of this because there's nothing greasy or oily, but I am noticing that the potato is kind of leaving a dry starch. So I am going to go ahead and use some vinegar just to kind of help clean that jar top off so we can get the best seal possible, is what we hope for. Yeah, that's definitely working better than the water did. Just running around there, feeling with my finger through the paper towel any bumps. Let's see here. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put my lids on. All right, so I have my 4 quarts in here. I added 8 cups of water, and I also put in a little splash of vinegar just to keep my, due to I'm using city water, I just want to help keep that from discoloring my jars. Okay, so got them in here. I'm gonna go ahead, make sure it's on good. And I want this set to exhaust setting. It has airtight and exhaust. I want to make sure it's on exhaust. And we're going to go ahead and plug this in. And carefully move it back a little bit. I just want to get it on my counter, but I still want to steer clear from my wooden cabinets for the venting. Okay, and the recipe says for quart jars of potatoes, we're wanting to process them for 40 minutes.
All right, my first batch of homegrown tomatoes are canned. Now I did have 2 that did not seal. I ended up having to put those in the refrigerator. I don't know why they didn't seal. They are my quarts. Come to think of it, I was thinking that this is the first time that I have used the quarts in my electric pressure canner. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or just I don't know. I did something wrong, I'm sure. So that is it. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you back on next video. Thanks so much. Have a great day.